You know, back in the day, America, or at least what it was promised as, was supposed to be, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But none of those three really exist here anymore because the food is shit. The air is shit. The water's questionable. They say right now we have a rising rate of cancer. And when they ask about why could that be, they're like, well, it's probably our diet. Excess salt, saturated fat, refined grains, calories from solid fats, and added sugars. These things, obesity, these things are adding to our cancer spike. Now, liberty, when you buy a home, you don't really have liberty there because you're paying property taxes on that bitch. And that's even if you get to have a fucking house, because now companies like BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. I know I sound like RFK now, which is really weird, but he's not wrong about this. Because I've seen several friends of mine who've been trying to buy houses all fall into the same situation. They think they got the house, and then someone else comes in with an LLC and buys the house. Then you look into that LLC and who they're attached to? BlackRock. Once again, we do acknowledge that we do love the grifters, but it sucks when we can't get a part of the grift. So as BlackRock wants to sponsor this podcast and take us in, I am in. This podcast can be bought. I can be bought. Dignity is stupid. It is not profitable. Buy me. Like the Wall Street Journal recently had an article about people who are going into smaller homes because they're cheaper. And it literally was the title called Goodbye Bathrooms and Dining Rooms. Common design shifts including removing dining areas, bathrooms, separate living rooms, while increasing multi-use rooms such as kitchens, in some cases the kitchen island serving as the sole dining area. So we're all gonna live like hobbits now. Everything will be multifunctional. You don't ever need to have a dining room where you invite friends over, invite family over. Fuck them. Who wants people in their house? I don't. Those of us who were born around the 80s and the 90s can walk around and tell all the Gen Z kids, I remember the castles that used to be here. The great kingdoms of Galgal. And they used to be big houses. The great kingdom of Musk. The great kingdom of Zuckerberg. They were bigger houses, but ours was small because we were poor. And the dark ring came across and told us, no more big houses for you. No more. The dark cloud of black rock surrounded all of us and said, you hobbits, get in your little hovels. And we did because we were scared to die. Is that Gandalf? Ian McShane would be pissed. That's not even the right actor, but Ian McKellen. But Ian McShane would have been a dope Gandalf, though. I want to point that out. Like, let's not let my screw up deter from the fact that Ian McShane would have been a dope Gandalf. A wisecracking Gandalf, but a good Gandalf nonetheless. We will live like, the Smurfs. Come along with the brokes. Sing along with the poors. Everyone's having fun. We can't afford nothing, but we're having some fun doing fentanyl and drinking because that's all we can afford to do, and we're dying of high cancer rates. That's what we're doing. All anyone ever wants to do is own a home. So we've taken the idea of the home and went, hey, we know you want one. Now, can you afford one? But you can get this small one. And you can have a discount dream of kind of life, a few liberties, and the pursuit of contentness.